What is up, disciplined day traders? Here we go. I am taking my first stab at recording myself day trading. Today is Tuesday. I am coming to the markets about an hour plus into the day. And so far, I have done a pre-market analysis on both Tesla and AMD. So looking for support resistance lines, checking out the gap and pre-market analysis on both. So now I am really just looking to see if I can find the setup this late into the morning. So let's check it out. So we have AMD here on the screen. I do love volume profile, but basically my analysis was from a monthly perspective, AMD still has a 10 EMA setup. So if I kind of switch over to the monthly view, this was a good 10 EMA trigger. So overall, I'm anticipating a little bit more of a bearish move, maybe down to the 50, maybe worse. From a weekly perspective, same thing. We had this down move, trade back up above the 10, which is my yellow line, and then another gap. This gap does need to fill. So that's a little bit of something to watch for either, a bullish pop or a continuation of this bearish 10 EMA trigger, maybe down to the 200, or I have this line here marked as currently the low of the year. And then from a daily perspective, I have kind of drawn out everything and, try to have lines marked for where we can wind up going or bouncing. I did draw this red line here. It is the POC from a few days ago. So looks like we are about there right now. So dropping down to a 3-minute. So we opened up inside of the value area, kind of immediately, well, a little bit below the value area, rose up into it, flirted along with the value low from yesterday, and then fell. This candle right here, this guy, would have been an absolutely stellar short with a stop maybe above yesterday's POC or even up to the value high. You would have had definitely enough room to get your 1.2 or 1.4 R. So definitely there was an amazing trade today already. Obviously, coming in late, you don't really want the second set of trigger or third or fourth trigger. So I'm kind of waiting for something like this, some rest, some basing out, maybe a pullback, and then another failure. I won't be opposed to trying to take some sort of bullish move, maybe up partially into this decline, since we are starting to hold up the 623 POC. So that is from this day right here. It's not been touched ever by any other day. So I call that untested. So it's still in play, if you will. But yeah, I gotta wait for something to happen. I'm in the past a little too eager to assume that everything is going to flip. So I won't take that approach. I will wait and see what the chart is giving me. We have about 5 bull candles in a row working right now, but they're not going anywhere. We're still in this consolidation rest. This line right here is long-term support resistance and approximately the 10 EMA. And also it's the our current month low. It was until we dipped below it. So we've got this, old support, new resistance, and old support here where we're trapped. So I'm going to hang out and watch it. I'm also keeping an eye on the Qs and SPY, and it looks like they are both doing something similar where they've stopped falling and they are kind of deciding where they want to go from here. So if they start dropping dramatically again, I'll get a little bit more confidence towards a continuation of bearish play. But I do believe with this kind of a move, if I do go bearish, I need to be out fairly quickly. So that is the plan for AMD. For Tesla, we'll do the same thing. Monthly perspective, we're trading right below the 20, which is this white line here. Also below the 10, but you know, no 10 EMA monthly trigger to be concerned with. I do notice that the lows of last month and this month are really similar, but we're not really close to those lows for them to be in play today, I don't think. On a weekly perspective, we are down on the week. Obviously, we're trading down, so we opened up, hit off the 10, and we're coming back down. So we have a little bit of maybe a double bottom pattern forming. I think technically we need to get a little bit higher, so we'll see how today plays out. One thing that I'm using is this periodic volume profile from a daily perspective. It will, I've got 4 laid out, so I can see the profiles from the year, which is this over here, value low down here. This orange line is the point of control. That's really what I'm concerned with on the year, since it seems to be in play for the past week or so. And then this prior month, this green line is a point of control, and the current month green line point of control. So this was the 100 weekly and also the current month's POC. So this area right here is really key, I think, today and the next couple days. And so you'll see when we drop down to the 3-minute, we've already opened, climbed above that 100, which we've done multiple times in the past few days, and we're failing it. And we're also failing this green line, which is the POC for the month. So the next area of support is a 20 daily. And then that orange line, which is the POC for the year. So, I mean, there's room to fall today. I like the shape of the hammer. Same thing with AMD though. I believe, you know, there's been a pretty decent move down on the day. Maybe we can do a wave count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and get a continuation. Or you could probably bust that up sooner. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. ABC. I think 3, you know, you got a couple areas of higher than usual volume. So I'm thinking this whole move is probably 3. That's 4 rest. Maybe another bit of continuation down. Letter of the law. This candle here closed above the 10 EMA. So I guess technically I can reset and look for another trigger. I think this group here, again, I mean, here's the one that made you the money today. So just want to point that out. Like that's the good one, especially as you get price action coming down and taking out this guy, that hammer. That definitely had to feel good to get this closed down here and then see your continuation. I don't have that. I don't have to trade. But I don't really have a lot of bullish sentiment going on right now. So maybe there will be some chop. It looks like this last little group of consolidation is going to be taken out pretty soon. I have decent amount of room to run. So let's just see what something like this would look like. You know, get above that last little area. As far as resistance goes, trading back up into the red, I've got the previous day low, the IB low, the value area low from the previous day, all protecting me. Maybe I even get right here above today's area of value. And then if I can make it to that 20, that's a 1.2. So I'm considering watching that, and maybe I'll take it. See if I can get signed into the old broker. What I've noticed is that the Qs and SPYs seem to be not climbing. So again, we could be at the end of the move, but I could probably make a case for this being wave 4, this being wave 5. Maybe I could get some, maybe not full 1.2, but I could definitely get some. So we'll see. 62 shares. Price is going fast. Let's see if I can get a limit pullback. So we'll see. I set it up. If we get, you know, more than halfway into this range without any kind of pullback or pop to put me in, I may consider myself, you know, too late. So if I get a close more than halfway into my target, I'll cancel. Otherwise, I will hang on for a little bit and see if I can catch some of this wave. Mark down my entries, 724.18, 732.22. It's about 62 shares. So I was able to get in. If you were watching, price action did trade up and trigger me. I would love for it to close like that and not a hammer. I am prepared to react either way, so not scared. So what I'm doing now is I'm setting up a bracket order with my target and my stop. I don't really see much resistance in the way. Yeah, nothing. We're already below the previous day, and then the profile is so thin from the 24th. There's nothing really in my way, so I'm going to do a take all at 1.2 with no partials. So we'll do a buy to cover. I believe I got 62 shares, and we will do a limit of 714.51. And no reason at all to move my stop yet. So we're setting this original bracket order up with the full stop. And that is going to be 732.22. So we'll see. I've got this order reviewed, confirmed, and in. And we'll just watch the behavior. So what I'm looking for stop management, either 21 minutes, and I will be able to move my stop down. Or if I see price action close above the 10 EMA, that's a long-term indicator that I've used for stop management. So, which also coincides with closing above this area of consolidation, which was the reason for me kind of getting in. So right now I feel safe. I'm going to wait. I'd like to walk away, but since I'm here with you guys, we can watch it together. And you can either get to view a very calm, awesome trade, or see if I panic if price action doesn't behave appropriately. Just for fun, I want to peek over at AMD as well. Kind of similar story. Yeah, it just looks like we've got this close below this POC. If we don't reclaim it, then sentiment continues bearish. I don't have a good trigger. Again, I said earlier, that's your guy, which letter of the law you could have played. That's a 951 candle. This candle right here at 936 wicked below the previous day, which allows you to trade within the first hour. So that's the one. It feels like it's late for AMD, but I could absolutely make a case of we've taken out major support. And I mean, that's another potentially beautiful trade if we can get continuation down there. So again, we'll look at Q. What's going on here? I mean, we've lost the previous day, or we took it out. We took out the IB. We took out the 20 EMA on the daily. No major nodes, right? All the major volume nodes from the previous couple days are up here. So we're in this thin area. Q's looks like it could keep going, you know? It's almost like attracted to this 10 daily down here. And the SPY also, I mean, it still has a little bit of support left with the previous day, which was a really tight range. And then it has the POC from 2 days ago, which technically hasn't been broken yet, although it's getting really, really close. So SPY is a little concerning for me, for the market, for overall bearishness. I'd like to see all of this taken out soon. And if that's the case, then I've got my Tesla trade locked in. It's going to be a win. Which makes me think maybe this isn't the craziest thing to take a continuation here, just based on the bearishness of the overall market and the fact that the market, meaning Qs and SPY, actually do have room to fall without major resistance on the daily, in my opinion. I don't love being in multiple trades at the same time. So if I had Harry Potter wish, this Tesla trade would work out immediately, flash down, take me out, and I would have time to go focus on AMD. I am a closet over trader and have been known to be in 3 or 4 day trades at the same time. And I'm trying to be more selective. I'm trying to be intentful with knowing why I got into the trade and not just because there was a recent trigger. I want a bigger picture view scaled down into the micro view and have confidence. And if I have confidence and I lose, I don't care. I can walk away feeling like at least I knew what I was doing. So Tesla seems to be working out. We're only 3 candles in, and absolutely no misbehaving. So I see no reason to move the stop at all. I can allow this to run a little bit. Now, one thing I do want to point out to everyone is we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bear candles in a row. So that is something I will be watching for. That's a situation where you could kind of just take your gains and walk. The reason I'm not going to do that is I don't have any real support lines for this to bounce off of until my target. So I'm going to chill and see how we do. And if we get any crazy bull candles or crazy bull volume, I might lock the trade in as safe, just so I don't lose, but I feel pretty good about this one. Swing over and check AMD one more time. Similar story. It's like it wants to wait for me, right? It wants to just chop a little bit, let Tesla finish for me, and give me an opportunity to potentially take another trade or give some money back. So I don't know. I think I took the right one since it's working immediately. One thing that in my back trading sessions that I'm trying to remind myself and my friends of is I believe 10 EMA is a momentum strategy. So if you're going in, this is exactly the behavior that you want to see, right? Go, 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 go. If you get wicked in and the trade's going against you, or it's just chopping around between profitable and not profitable, that's not momentum to me. So that means my stop rules are different, and I will be more aggressive, and I will look to get out of a trade unscathed, as opposed to wait and hope for some sentiment to come and agree with my original thought process. So we want to see momentum. We want to see strength agreeing with your thought process, and then you can just be a little bit more relaxed in your trade. So we have our first bullish candle coming in. Again, from a volume profile perspective, I'm not too worried. I mean, we do have some areas of activity, high volume activity in previous days, but all this was addressed by getting taken out on the 24th. So it's not quite as valid, but I can see why. You can see the bid-ask line. There's some hesitation going on here. It could be that this is still strong and valid. So we'll just watch. If we feel like we're bouncing, then we'll just stop. We won't lose on this trade. If we take it out, get a close below. Really, if we take this candle out, that's probably taking out this high and this POC. And that'll be really good for us. Not too much further to move. One, two, three, four. This is starting our fifth candle. We still haven't had a bullish close in this move. The market is weak. If you go back and look, when we were first looking at the Qs, they were about $2 down, and now they're almost $4. So they've probably had a very similar downturn move. Yep. Looks like Qs are headed to test the 10 EMA daily with absolutely nothing in the way. So I like that because I want my trades to be going in the direction of the market. This is SPY. Very similar. It's running down, almost identical. Here's the 10 daily EMA. Yesterday means absolutely nothing anymore. It's taken out, and we are below the highest volume nodes from the previous day and the previous day's POC. And if you notice how thin the profile gets, I mean, to about here is the first place that I would expect some bouncing to happen on SPY. So again, I feel pretty good. Pretty good about us getting to our target. I did miss a Tesla target the other day by 7 cents. So, that's possible, but no reason to panic, no reason to move stops. Um, so we're calm, cool, and collected. This would be probably a good time to like go do something else for a couple minutes, at least till you get your seventh candle in. So we were put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Need another 2 candles to be able to move a stop according to the rules, or a really serious reversal sign at or near this area of support. This is a line. There's nothing magical about it, right? I could be off a little bit. So we want to see, basically, I want to see new lows. I want to see us continuing to take out the previous candle. And I'll stay calm, cool, and collected on that. AMD. Yep, still trying to wait for me. It's not convinced that it needs to drop like a rock yet. See if we see anything on a higher time frame. Still, behavior looks good. Look at that, 15 minutes. There's only one bull candle on the day so far. So this is still really intimidating to get in this late. Looking at that 15-minute chart. That said, you're still below any major support, and you could definitely get to a target here. So challenging to know when to continue to ride the wave and when to assume that the wave has already dissipated. And that's why I'm glad that, we're in one trade right now and we're got all of our attention focused on this. So let's look at the 5. Love this type of a pattern right here where you get the fade back up into the EMA. So, on a 5-minute, the decision to enter below this area. Again, this is the one. I want to be perfectly clear. This is the candle that would have made you the money today. What I like about this one is it's this candle close below the value area from the previous day with volume. So it's a really strong close. You get this like a bullish try to push back and then immediately taken out again. So continuing downward with this pattern right here at the value low from the previous day feels good. But I definitely, would have loved to have been early and in on this one. I'd be done by now for sure. So we had our first, well, that's 5 minutes, 15. Very similar, a lot of bear strength on the day. So 3-minute, we have not gotten to our target yet. And we've got about, 40 seconds left on this candle. Maybe our first bullish candle here in a few. We'll see. It is not a lower low, which is what I would like. But I do love the selling pressure indicated by the big upper wick. So at this point, I'll start checking, like the 10 has dropped dramatically and it's well into my positive territory. So I just kind of want to see, if we took out the 10, that would wind up being about a 0.45 R win. So, I know that I could come in with a stop here, not get a big win, but not lose anything on this trade. So that's like part of that confidence factor to keep you in. I really want to see us take out this guy, like close him out, or at least come down and make another new low. or even better, come all the way down, hit my target and allow me to be done and walk away. I'll peek over here again. I can see the Qs are still holding in this $4-ish down area. Same with the SPY. Still not too much to worry about. I don't want to start seeing higher highs. Because again, there's nothing magical about this line. It can be, and in fact, we can switch over to the daily. Just make sure that is indeed where we're at. So yeah, it looks, the 20 could come down even further. It looks like I could potentially stretch my target a little bit to 713, 10, 12-ish. So I still got room before any major support comes in. It looks like when I look at it on the daily chart, maybe we are flirting with the top of this hammer from the 23rd right now. So yeah, that could be a bounce spot for sure. So the high of this was 717.95. Let's come back to our 3-minute view. See if we can identify that on the chart. Yeah, I mean, that's right in this area. So maybe we'll make a line here just to say we don't want to close above that. That can be maybe a bounce off the previous day or a couple days ago. So we got another close. So something else that I would take note of right now is I had a reason for getting into this trade late. And the reason was, you know, this area of consolidation below major support, right? The previous day's low, the IB, the value area low. When we took it out, to me, that means continuation. So here we have some resting happening. We actually got bulls to step in and get a bullish close. But this little group right here isn't ranging very far. So if we start climbing and taking this group out, then I think I should have the opposite sentiment of, you know, getting in because we were continuing down. I will start thinking about, should I be looking for some partials? Should I be looking for aggressive stop management because this second area of consolidation is getting taken out? Doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Looks like, you know, we've got another new low, which is really fantastic. Pleased with this behavior of the trade so far. No real stress on this one, but you know, you got to have your reasons for why you're getting into the trade. That will help. So we're just, this is the fun part where it's like, just go to your home. Just go to your home, Tesla. So we'll see if we can take that out pretty soon. Qs, let's see, look at this. We're almost there. I mean, same kind of setup, this strong close below the previous day, below the 20 daily, which is labeled here, below the IB, get a little bit of up, down consolidation. Where's the price acceptance going to happen? Close it out. You could still use this guy as your trigger, and as long as you didn't have too wide of a stop, you'd be there. And it looks like you're going to get all the way to the 10. So I like that. This would have been a really beautiful candle to go short on, but because of how far down it was, personally, I would have liked to see it take out, any possible pivot levels first. And SPY still going down. It had its pivot and area of consolidation above the value low, above the previous day low. So to go short, I mean, I would have missed this one. This would not have been on my radar because of it not taking these areas out already with the pivots and consolidation area. So that would have been a little worrisome for me. It would have had to, this candle would have been the one that like really took all of that out. And yes, there's room down to the 10, but it feels extended from up here for me personally. AMD still kind of flattening out. Unsure where it wants to go. It's not following the market dramatically fast. So we'll see if it's got a delayed reaction, and we'll check back in on our Tesla. And that's that. That is a 1.2R win. Started at, got in around 11:15, but I started my market analysis about 15, 20 minutes before that. It was only Tesla and AMD. I don't like to go too in depth on too many stocks. So pick your two, get to know them. What's their behavior? How's their behavior acting in conjunction with the overall market? For me, that's Qs and SPY. So yeah, happy to snag that quick little win. I will get it logged and I will post for you guys in Slack. Appreciate it, and good luck to everybody else.